What's up, guys? Back here, y'all, with another video with a new amp, and we're gonna be replacing this 18 like I showed y'all in that other video unboxing this. The 18 finally came. It's right here, but about to hook up this Warzone 1K and put this 18 in my girl's Ultima today. So I'm about to get ready to, I'm gonna lay this box flat, put the 18 in here. I do got some 8-gauge wire here, stuff right there, but got some 8-gauge wire, new 8-gauge wire, speaker wire for the 18 that I'm going to run for it. But I can't wait to hear how it sounds, so yeah, definitely gonna want to stay tuned to the end of the video to see how it's gonna sound. But let me stop talking and start putting this 18 in this box. Alright guys, before I take this 18 out, give some of y'all a backstory to newcomers. The reason why I'm replacing this 18. This 18, it still works, but one of the coils, I believe when I first initially bought this 18, I believe one of the coils was completely dead, and I didn't realize it until I was playing it, and it wasn't until like a month or two later when I realized it when I pulled it out. I didn't record none of that, but I pulled it out and I checked the both coils to see what they were reading, and one coil wasn't reading anything. So it was way after, I think, their warranty period or whatever. I'm not sure, but we're here now. I have a new 18. I want to take this out, replace it. I do have a multimeter here beside me, so I will be, hopefully it'll be able, I know not all multimeters, but hopefully this one will be able to pick up the voice coil. Guys, as y'all just seen, I unboxed the new 18 right there. We're about to, I already have the multimeter set up. We're about to test these two coils, see what they're sitting at. Put this one in first. Red to red, black to black. 2 ohms, which is, I have the dual 2 ohm. I should have showed y'all that, but this is the dual 2 ohm version. So 2 ohms on this coil. So go to the other side. Try to spin it around slowly. There we go. Black to black. Red to red. As y'all see again, 2 ohms. So we have a good speaker here, or good subwoofer. So always check your subs before you hook them up, because you can send them back and probably just get them replaced with a new one. There are manufacturer defects sometimes. Not all companies are perfect, but yeah, always check, make sure. And what you want to do to check to make sure, just get you a multimeter and put it on the ohm load test, which is that's what this little logo is right here. These is all the different, it can go all the way up to 2, I think that's 2 milliohms, and then 200k, 20k, 2000. But you set it to any one of them, and excuse me, but you set them to any one of them and you can read the ohm load of each coil. But without further ado, I'm going to start wiring this up, drop this in the box, and then get the amp all wired up in the car, and we're going to hear how this sounds. in case y'all were wondering how I wired it, I basically wired it down to 1 ohm. So that basically means connecting the red and black from this side to the red and the black on this side here. You basically connect both reds and both blacks together, and then you run them to the amp to positive and negative, and you should have a 1 ohm final load. When I install it in the car, I will show y'all on the multimeter that it's a 1 ohm load, but I'm going to screw this down, take this over to the car, get the amp over at the car, then y'all going to see me hook that up. So stay tuned. Alright guys, let me explain the current setup real quick before we switch out the amps. But first off, we have the audio pipe Imma 1000 watt RMS. Only reason I'm switching this amp out is because there's been a problem with this amp. This amp I've had for like almost 4 years, and this amp I actually blew up and then brung it back to life, and it worked for a while, but then now it's starting to go out again. So it's finally, I'm just going to let the amp go now. I'm going to get rid of it. But yeah, it's been a trooper for as long as that I've had it. The problem is there's a issue with the RCAs, pretty similar with the issue I had with the RP2000 and the Tahoe before I switched that amp out. But this one's a little bit different. I don't have that noise that I was having with the music playing. The problem with this is as soon as you turn the car on, the sub just moves. It's like moving at like almost like, it's like the frequency's like 5 hertz or like 10 hertz, and it's constantly just moving up and down, up and down. And I've done research on it, and a lot of people just said try to ground the RCAs and all of that. I did that, and then even still it wasn't working. So I guess it's time to just let this amp go, like I just said. But that's the amp. That's the reason why we're switching the amp out. We have this right here, this bass machine, this is basically just like the equalizer that I have in the Tahoe that has the bass correction for when you're listening at higher volumes. This is literally the same thing, but this is just for bass. It's not no equalizer or anything built into it. And this basically helps out because, as y'all know, this is running off the factory system, and I could say this improves it a lot. Now, a lot of y'all know, before I had that amp in here, I did have one of those down for sound amps in here. That was the original amp that was in here before I ordered the second one, and that was the only reason why I put that in here. And I was planning on getting a new one, but now we got the new one. I meant to add that on. But we also have this 800 watt, I believe it is 800 watt Kinetics battery, AGM style battery that I have back here. Hasn't given me any problem yet, and I have the big 3 done on this car and everything. 0 gauge ran all the way to the back, as y'all can see. But that's the whole rundown of this sound system. Like I said, it is running off the factory still, as y'all see right there. But let me guys, we got the amp mounted to the board. What I'm going to do is see if I have some different pieces of 0 gauge in there. I'm not sure. Actually, looks like the power one should fit. I'm not sure about the ground one. The ground one might be a little bit too short. So I'm going to see. I'm going to make sure real quick that it's going to fit. If not, I got to look in there and see if I have some extra pieces of 0 gauge and run a new ground wire. Now, it's not no biggie for me for real, but it is going to have to need a new ground wire if it's too short. So let me make sure real quick. Alright guys, I have the amp all hooked up. 18's in here. It's all hooked up. I don't have it tuned yet. I'm about to tune it real quick off camera, and then we'll be listening and see how it all sounds together. I can't wait to hear how it's going to sound, guys, so stay tuned. Alright guys, here we are. Let me explain what's taking me so long first. This video was supposed to be uploaded like 4 days ago, but every time I upload it, sorry about that, but every time I uploaded it, it would play, and then like halfway through, it would just lose sound. I don't know why, and it was only towards the ending. So I should say that most of the video would play through. The only thing I could think of is probably the music that I was playing. So this time, well, I'm gonna show y'all the same thing again. I didn't change anything. Everything's still set up the same way. The Warzone Combat 1K. Let me show y'all the Evl18 in the trunk real quick. Show y'all that thing. Evl18 in the 118 box that I had made, I think a year or two ago. I forget. I'll link the video down when I first made this box, but got it in the Ultima, and it fits actually kind of nice in here. Fits very nice in here. Now I will give y'all a little warning, I guess I should say. It's not going to be very loud. It's not going to be like anywhere close to what how the Impala or the Tahoe sounds, and that's only because it's all still running off the factory head unit, and this is running off of basically a cheap high to low converter and a cheap like Chinese Bluetooth adapter that goes to the aux. So that's what we basically working with right now. I'm about to play a song on her phone so y'all can hear how it sounds. Like I said, it sounds decent for what it is right now, but when I switch out for an actual head unit up here, it'll be a night and day difference, literally. And y'all already know I really only mess with Pioneer, so I'm gonna find me a Pioneer, or I might find something that, you know, I haven't dealt with before and put it up here and see how it sounds. But that's what we're going to be working. This is what we're working with now, so let's see how it sounds. Song I'm about to play, Bitch a Hoe, Decaf, 44 and 46 hertz. This is a good song. I love playing this song in like the Tahoe because of the bass notes. It hits super hard in the Tahoe, definitely hits hard in the Impala, but it hits harder in the Tahoe because that box in the Tahoe is tuned to 34 hertz if I'm not mistaken. And the Impala, as y'all know, that box is tuned to 29 hertz if I'm not mistaken. Correct me y'all if I'm wrong. I don't be remembering the stuff that I be making sometimes. But without further ado, let me just play this song. Also, before I keep playing, that noise that y'all hearing is actually, this 6x9 back here is actually going out. It's not the speaker making that noise. It's that 6x9 back there that's making that noise because it's starting to go out. It comes on and off sometimes. Today it just decides, because I'm recording a video, that it's going to be on and making the most obnoxious noise that I possibly can be making. But let me play the song. as y'all seen, that's basically how this setup is sounding for now. Cut the car off. But that's how this setup is sounding. And like I say, right now, it sounds, in my opinion, I'm gonna give y'all my honest opinion, it sounds okay. The bass is there, but the bass just isn't bassing, if I could just say that. The bass just isn't bassing there, and that's just because the way I'm used to listening to music. But like I said, there's a couple things that's hindering this setup. One is this head unit definitely for sure needs to be, this factory needs to come out. I need to put an aftermarket Pioneer in here. That's going to be one thing that's going to solve my issue. The next thing that I need to do is, I'm also planning on pushing at least 2K RMS to that 18. So I'm probably going to have different plans for this 1000 watt amp. I'm going to take it out of here, but I'm going to get a 2000 watt. Not sure which one yet. I may even get an RP2K, because I know that will go very well with this 18. But this is basically what we're rocking with for now, guys. But like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.